be done, I tell you. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody.
That's our song. As a matter of fact, I recorded that and wrote it. That's on, it's on Spotify and everywhere. It's called The Time to Love Is Here by Dr. H. The time to love is here. And boy, ain't that something.
Come on, everybody. Come on, everyone. The time to love is here. Let these troubled days be done.
Before we get started, let's just take a deep breath. And let it out slowly. Breath is energy. Breath is life. One more deep breath, but this time I want you to look at your diaphragm. You know, the diaphragm is down really below your lungs and your stomach area. And you have air in there that sort of hangs around. And so when you begin to clean out your system. So what I want to do now is let's exhale all the air out of our lungs, out of our diaphragm, and then we'll take a deep breath, and that will change our energy. So let's let it all out. Compress your stomach. Now take a deep breath in through your nose. And fill your diaphragm. Fill your lungs. Now let it out slowly. All right. You know, Dr. Rogers, breath is medicine. In the Indian philosophy, breath is energy, prana. So now, this morning, it's Wisdom Wednesday. And man, folks, we're at the end of the first month, the last Wednesday in the first month of the year. And we're going to do a lot of things today. I have a young man I want to interview, and he's going to talk a little about the book Q-Line out of Milwaukee, out of Wisconsin. And I want to cover some points because, you know, at the end of this first month, you know, Friday we're going to do our checkup. But as a prelude to that, look at where you are right now, the things you set out to do, to accomplish this month. And if they didn't get done, you still have, 3 more days? And I say that because time slips away. We live on the river of time. Whether we steer our boat, the boat that is our life, to our most advantageous port or not, that's up to us. That's our choice. But time marches on. And so now at the end of this first month, you have to look back and say, man, I could have done more. I should have done more. So I want to hit some points from the 12 Universal Laws of Success, some points that I think really will help you hone in what you have to do this next month and what you can do right now to close this month out stronger. Number 1, do not procrastinate. You see, procrastination is the thief of dreams. Anytime you procrastinate, you literally deflate your dreams and you put your goals another step further away. Sometimes you want to wait until all the conditions are right to get started. No. There's always something you can do right now to move closer towards where you want to be. The other side of don't procrastinate is to do it now. The only time that you know you have in your life is now, this moment. And so the fact that you're up at 8 o'clock in the morning and 7 in Central and 5 o'clock in California, the fact that you're up right now listening to me says that you are aware of the power of now. It would have been just as easy to say, oh man, it's too early. Can't you do it later, Doc? And so when you don't do it now, you have given up the gift that God gave you to transform your life. If you always commit to do it now, there's always something you can do to move you closer towards your goal. You'll get there. Number 3, stand on your own 2 feet. People will disappoint you. Don't depend on anyone or anything for your success. Now, people can help. It can be very helpful. But in the final analysis, the ball's in your court. You know, we're always at the last quarter. Every moment is like the last quarter of a basketball game when it's like 2 seconds on the clock and they pass you the ball. So you can shoot and you may hit it, you may not, but at least you chose to go for it. Or you can pass the ball to someone else. So as we close this month, be committed to stand on your own 2 feet, to do the things that you know how to do to the best of your ability. Don't half step. It's in your hands. Shoot the ball. Don't make excuses. Don't blame other people. If it's to be, it's up to me. That's your mantra. If it's to be, it's up to me. Number 4, do not fear failure. You look back over this month and man, I was doing an assessment last night and I missed a few. I certainly did. There were certain things I attempted to do I did not get done. But do not fear failure, because to fail proves that you're trying, and failure is a dress rehearsal for success. Anyone who's never failed has never done anything important. When you look at the lives of most of the famous, rich, impactful people, you'll see where they went from failure to failure and still never lost their enthusiasm. You look at Tyler Perry, when you read his biography about the times when he was taking his plays to the churches around the South, and how many times the people didn't show up, it rained and stuff happened, and he didn't collect any money, how he had to sleep in his car, but he never lost the dream. He never looked at it as failure. It was always dress rehearsal for success. So nobody showed up here. The next stop will be full of people and we'll come out of the hole. Every opportunity for success presents the possibility of failure. And so you'll never get to the other side of failure unless you keep trying to make it into an opportunity. This is a big one here, folks. Don't sell yourself cheaply. Know your worth. You know, people will always try to get you cheaper. I don't know, for some reason, you know, Dr. Rogers is a professor, and, you know, it always amazes me that professors are paid so much less when they have so much more impact than a basketball player. I'm not knocking I'm just saying that our sense of values may be displaced in some ways. The professors, the teachers, the guidance counselors, I guarantee you, when you talk to most of you who are on this broadcast today and who will listen, if I say, is there one person who helped you get where you are now? I guarantee you there'll be that person there. Many times it was a teacher, it was a guidance counselor, it was somebody who knew the way and who cared enough to share it with you. Know your worth. Recognize that you're very special. Many times in our lives, we are beat down. Say we're worthless, we don't have value. Well, define yourself to be rich. Define yourself to be valuable. Define yourself to be special. Number 6. Get into the habit of being goal-oriented. Always set goals for yourself. As long as you're goal-oriented, that gives your life direction. As long as you're goal-oriented, that gives your life focus. And you see, where focus goes, power flows. If you're goal-oriented and you stick to your goals, I guarantee you each and every month that you accomplish your goals will lead you step by step to the most incredible year where you can truly say, I thrived in 25. Number 7, visualize your goals. You see, when you can see your goal, when you can see how your life is going to be the moment you transform yourself. We did a meditation Sunday, and it was on that one thing you want, Monday, on that one thing you want to be. You may check that meditation out from this Monday past. That when you can visualize your goal, the more deeply you can see something in your mind's eye. What you see in your mind's eye is the blueprint for your reality. So the more you can see it, the clearer you can see it, the more powerful it will be for you. Wow. Wow. Thanks, Doc. Number 8, plan your work and work your plan. You see, the difference between a goal and a wish is a time limit. When you take a wish and you say, oh, I wish I could be rich, I wish I could be happy, but if you say, I'll be rich by January of 2026, every step of the way I'll be getting closer and closer. You have to have a plan to get there. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And it must be written. You hear this over and over and over, and people resist it. But when you talk to the ones that achieve great things, they can show you their notebooks where they wrote their plans and where they listed the things to do. And then finally, do not quit. See, quitting is that thing that where you throw in the towel and you give up on your dreams. Do not quit. When you persist, you know, the scripture says, seeking you shall find, knocking it shall be opened, asking it shall be answered, but it doesn't say how long. What it says is this: if you persist, you will always get results, no matter what. The bigger the obstacle, the bigger the prize. So these 9 keys, over this next year, you really need to work on these keys step by step. And this is from the 12 Universal Laws of Success. It's becoming a success, 9 rules for becoming a success. Work with them and implement them in your life. It's not enough to read them. You have to implement them.
Come on, everyone. The time to love is here. Let these troubled days be done.